Ladies and gentlemen, today we explore a deeply fundamental aspect of human life, the romantic relationship between a boy and a girl. It is a topic that resonates with individuals across time and culture. But what is the essence of this bond? How does it shape individuals, families, and societies? Let us delve into this powerful connection. At its core, a romantic relationship is not merely an emotional attachment, it is a complex dynamic of responsibility, mutual respect, and growth. A boy and a girl come together not as two halves of a whole, but as two fully formed individuals, each bringing their own identities, strengths, and vulnerabilities. When they meet, they don't simply fill a void, they contribute to one another's evolution. But this is where we encounter a critical insight: relationships, while rooted in affection and attraction, demand something more. They demand that both parties engage in the hard work of self-improvement, sacrifice, and deep listening. They ask that we confront the weaknesses and shadows within ourselves, for in a true partnership, you cannot hide from who you are. Moreover, this relationship doesn't only serve the immediate desires of the individuals involved, it serves the broader society. Strong relationships create strong families, and strong families create the foundation for a thriving community. In this way, the bond between a boy and a girl is not only a private affair, but a building block for something much larger and more profound. But relationships, like all things in life, are fragile. They are not automatic, nor are they guaranteed. The pursuit of a meaningful relationship is difficult and requires intentional effort. It is a pursuit that should be treated with reverence, for what we create in such partnerships, when they are nurtured correctly, is a profound force capable of shaping lives and societies. Before a romantic relationship can truly flourish, it is imperative that each individual first commits to their own growth. This is not just a trivial notion, but a foundational aspect of any successful relationship. The common misconception is that a relationship is meant to complete us, that we somehow need someone else to fill the gaps or heal our wounds. However, the truth is that a healthy relationship is built on the foundation of two people who are already complete in themselves. It is not about filling a void, but about two individuals coming together, each with their own identities, strengths, and weaknesses, to create something greater than the sum of their parts. The idea of individual growth speaks to the necessity of self-awareness and self-improvement. It involves the ongoing process of becoming the best version of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. This requires effort. It is not enough to simply coast along in life, relying on others to define who you are. It requires discipline and introspection. By working on yourself, whether through education, hobbies, exercise, or emotional development, you build a sense of self-worth and independence that you can bring into a partnership. This process of growth isn't just about personal accomplishments or gaining accolades. It's about developing the emotional resilience and maturity needed to navigate the complexities of a romantic relationship. Relationships often push us to confront our deepest fears, insecurities, and unresolved issues. If we haven't first worked on ourselves and faced our internal challenges, we may inadvertently project them onto our partner, leading to dysfunction or unnecessary conflict. For instance, if one partner hasn't dealt with their own insecurities, they might become overly dependent on their significant other for validation, which can strain the relationship. Or if unresolved past trauma remains unchecked, it might manifest as mistrust or anxiety, affecting both people in the relationship. Moreover, individual growth doesn't just make you a better partner, it helps you maintain a sense of self within the relationship. A healthy relationship should not require the dissolution of your individuality. Both partners should retain their sense of autonomy and pursue their personal interests, dreams, and ambitions. This fosters an environment where each person can thrive on their own, which in turn strengthens the partnership. When both individuals grow together, they don't become codependent. Rather, they become co-creators of a shared future rooted in respect for each other's growth and independence. In a sense, individual growth acts as a safeguard against stagnation in the relationship. Relationships are dynamic, and as individuals evolve over time, the relationship itself must evolve as well. Without personal growth, the relationship can become monotonous or constrained by outdated expectations. It is only when both partners are committed to growing, constantly learning, adapting, and evolving that the relationship can thrive in a healthy, sustainable way. Ultimately, individual growth provides the space for a relationship to be one of mutual respect and understanding, rather than one of dependency or unfulfilled expectations. It allows both partners to show up as their authentic selves, bringing their full developed identities into the relationship. Only through this continuous journey of growth can a partnership truly become something transformative, enriching both individuals as well as the bond they share. Mutual respect is the bedrock of any successful romantic relationship. It goes beyond just being polite or kind. It's about truly valuing each other as individuals, understanding that both partners have unique perspectives, experiences, and needs. Respect in a relationship means recognizing that each person is deserving of consideration, dignity, and fairness. This creates a foundation of trust and security where both individuals feel valued and heard. Respect is manifested in many ways, both in the words we speak and in our actions. One of the most fundamental ways it is shown is by honoring boundaries. Every individual has their own set of limits, whether they relate to personal space, emotional needs, or how they prefer to communicate. In a respectful relationship, these boundaries are not only acknowledged but actively maintained. If one person disregards the other's boundaries, whether intentionally or unintentionally, it creates a power imbalance, erodes trust, and can lead to resentment. Healthy relationships are those in which both partners feel free to express their needs and be confident that they will be respected. It's also important to remember that respect involves valuing differences. In any relationship, there will be disagreements, differing opinions, and contrasting approaches to life. This is not a sign of incompatibility, but rather a natural part of any human interaction. Mutual respect means being open to hearing your partner's point of view, even when you don't agree. It's about acknowledging that their experiences and thoughts are as valid as your own. This doesn't mean you always have to agree with each other, but it does mean that you respect the other's right to think and feel as they do. When you practice this level of respect, it deepens the connection between you and creates a sense of unity despite differences. In addition, mutual respect includes a deep level of empathy. It's about trying to understand your partner's emotions and challenges, not just from your own perspective, but from theirs. When you can put yourself in your partner's shoes and truly understand where they're coming from, it strengthens the relationship. Instead of reacting defensively or dismissively, you respond with care, support, and an open heart. This emotional intelligence creates an environment where both individuals feel emotionally safe, knowing they won't be belittled or judged. Respect also plays a key role in how conflicts are handled. Every relationship encounters challenges and misunderstandings, but how those situations are approached can either strengthen or weaken the relationship. When both partners approach conflict with respect, they are able to engage in constructive conversations rather than resorting to insults, blame, or manipulation. A relationship marked by respect allows for open dialogue, where both people can express their concerns without fear of being belittled or attacked. This promotes healthy problem solving as both individuals can work together to find solutions that honor each other's needs. Respecting your partner also means recognizing their autonomy and supporting their personal growth and independence. A truly respectful relationship doesn't create dependency. Rather, it empowers both individuals to pursue their own goals and ambitions while still nurturing the bond they share. It means lifting each other up, not holding each other back. A relationship rooted in respect allows both people to thrive in their personal lives and in their partnership, knowing that their success doesn't diminish the others. At its core, mutual respect is the acknowledgement that your partner is an equal. They are not your possession or someone to control, but a person with their own thoughts, feelings, and rights. When respect is reciprocal, the relationship becomes a partnership of equals, where both people work together toward shared goals, support each other through life's challenges, and celebrate each other's successes. This sense of equality fosters an enduring bond, one that is not easily shaken because it is built on the solid foundation of mutual dignity. A shared purpose in a romantic relationship is a critical element that propels the connection beyond mere companionship. It is the glue that binds two people together with a sense of direction, intention, and mutual goals. While individual growth and personal fulfillment are essential, the partnership becomes truly meaningful when both individuals are aligned in their values, ambitions, and long-term vision. This shared purpose doesn't just reflect a mutual commitment to each other, but to something greater than the relationship itself, a vision of the life they want to build together. The idea of shared purpose encompasses both the practical and the aspirational. On a practical level, it can mean working together toward common goals, whether they are financial, familial, or professional. It's about aligning your efforts in such a way that the actions of both individuals complement each other, rather than pulling in different directions. For example, if both partners are committed to building a family, they will both prioritize the well-being of their children and the stability of the home. If they share career aspirations, they will support one another through the challenges of professional growth, finding ways to balance work-life dynamics without compromising their relationship. However, a shared purpose also runs deeper than the practicalities of daily life. It speaks to a shared vision of the kind of people you want to become, both individually and together. This can be reflected in the way you approach life's challenges, the values you hold, and the legacies you wish to create. It's about looking at the future not as two separate paths, but as one joint journey. A relationship that lacks a shared purpose may begin to feel stagnant, disconnected, or directionless. It's easy for individuals to drift apart when they are not united by a common aim. as each person's energy becomes absorbed in their personal ambitions rather than a collective goal. A shared purpose fosters a sense of partnership where both individuals are not just coexisting, but actively contributing to something meaningful. This purpose can evolve over time, but the important part is that both partners are actively involved in defining and pursuing it together. Whether it's a shared desire for travel, building a business, or engaging in community service, the pursuit of a common goal strengthens the bond between the partners, providing a deep sense of fulfillment. Moreover, a shared purpose serves as a source of resilience during difficult times. Every relationship faces challenges, but when a couple shares a greater vision, it acts as an anchor. During tough moments, when obstacles seem insurmountable, or when the relationship faces external pressures, the couple can draw strength from their shared commitment to the larger goal they are working toward. This sense of purpose makes the smaller struggles feel more manageable because both individuals know they are contributing to something lasting, something larger than themselves. They see the obstacles as temporary setbacks rather than insurmountable barriers. Importantly, a shared purpose does not mean that both individuals must have identical aspirations or interests. Rather, it means that both are committed to supporting one another in the pursuit of their individual and collective dreams. This creates a sense of harmony where each person can retain their individuality while still contributing to a joint endeavor. One partner's dream doesn't diminish the other's. Instead, the relationship becomes a space where both people can flourish and grow in alignment with each other's values and desires. At its heart, a shared purpose cultivates a sense of partnership and unity. It turns a romantic relationship into a team effort, two people working toward a vision they both believe in. This not only enhances the relationship in the present, but ensures that it has a direction and depth that can sustain it for the long term. The purpose serves as both the fuel and the guiding star that allows the relationship to evolve, adapt, and thrive despite the inevitable challenges that will come their way. It is this collective sense of purpose that transforms a partnership from a transient connection into a lasting bond with profound meaning. Sacrifice and compromise are integral components of a healthy and enduring romantic relationship. These concepts often carry a heavy weight, as they require individuals to set aside their personal desires or expectations for the benefit of the partnership. However, when practiced with thoughtfulness and mutual understanding, sacrifice and compromise are not signs of weakness or submission. Rather, they are powerful acts of care and respect that strengthen the bond between partners. At its core, sacrifice in a relationship means putting the needs, well-being, and happiness of your partner above your own at times. It's not about giving up everything you care about, but about making deliberate, conscious decisions to prioritize the relationship over individual wants when necessary. This could manifest in simple, everyday acts like choosing to spend time with your partner even when you're exhausted, or making decisions that benefit the long-term stability of the relationship even if they come with short-term inconvenience. For instance, it could involve sacrificing time for personal hobbies in order to spend quality time together, or compromising on certain preferences to accommodate your partner's needs. Sacrifice doesn't only manifest in grand gestures, but in the small, everyday choices that demonstrate care and consideration. When you make sacrifices, you show your partner that you are willing to invest in their happiness and the health of the relationship, even when it requires personal effort. This act of giving is deeply rooted in love and commitment, and it signals that you are in this together, willing to share the burdens and joys alike. However, sacrifice must be mutual. When one partner continually makes sacrifices while the other does not, it can lead to feelings of resentment and imbalance. For a relationship to thrive, both individuals must be willing to make sacrifices for the sake of the relationship. Compromise, on the other hand, involves finding middle ground when two individuals have different needs, desires, or perspectives. It's not about winning or losing, but about finding a solution that respects the viewpoints of both parties while allowing the relationship to move forward in harmony. Compromise can be difficult, especially when each partner holds strong convictions or desires, but it is a skill that is crucial for maintaining peace and fostering cooperation. Without compromise, relationships can easily become battlegrounds of egos where both people insist on their way and refuse to yield. In relationships, compromise often means being flexible and willing to negotiate for the greater good. If one partner values spontaneity and adventure while the other prefers a more predictable, stable lifestyle, finding common ground may involve planning both adventurous activities and restful moments. It's about balancing individual desires with the needs of the partnership, where both people feel heard and understood. Importantly, compromise doesn't mean constantly giving in or sacrificing core values. It's about recognizing the things that truly matter and finding solutions that make room for both people's important needs. Effective compromise also requires emotional maturity. It means being able to step outside of your own perspective and genuinely consider the feelings and desires of your partner. This often requires patience, empathy, and the ability to view a disagreement as an opportunity for growth rather than a challenge to be defeated. When both individuals are committed to compromise, they demonstrate a shared willingness to put the relationship first and ensure that both people's needs are met. The relationship benefits immensely from the practice of both sacrifice and compromise. They create an environment where both individuals are invested in each other's well-being and growth, and where solutions to conflicts are found in ways that preserve the respect and emotional bond between them. In a partnership built on sacrifice and compromise, there is an implicit understanding that both people are actively working toward a common goal, maintaining a balanced, harmonious relationship where neither person is forced to sacrifice their identity, but rather chooses to adapt for the sake of the connection. This collaborative approach strengthens trust and encourages a sense of mutual responsibility and support, making the relationship resilient to challenges and able to grow in strength over time. Vulnerability and openness are two of the most powerful forces in building a deep and meaningful connection in a romantic relationship. At first glance, they may seem intimidating as they require individuals to let go of their protective walls and expose their innermost selves. However, the act of being vulnerable and open is not a weakness, but rather an act of courage and trust. It is through vulnerability that we allow ourselves to truly be seen. And it is through openness that we invite our partner to understand us in our entirety, flaws, fears, dreams, and all. Being vulnerable in a relationship means acknowledging and embracing your own imperfections and insecurities. It means allowing yourself to be open about your fears, doubts, and past experiences that may have shaped who you are. This can be challenging because as human beings, we naturally seek to protect ourselves from pain, rejection, or judgment. To let down those defenses and reveal your most intimate thoughts requires a significant level of trust. It is in this trust that vulnerability becomes a source of strength rather than fragility. When one partner chooses to be vulnerable, they create a space where the other person feels safe to do the same. This mutual exchange fosters a sense of closeness and intimacy that is difficult to achieve through superficial conversation or guarded interactions. Openness complements vulnerability by creating an environment of transparent communication. It's about being honest, not just about the big issues, but also about the small, everyday matters that reflect who you are and what you need. Openness means sharing your emotions, thoughts, and desires freely, even when it's uncomfortable. It is about creating a dialogue where both partners feel heard and understood. Without openness, misunderstandings can easily arise, and small issues can fester into larger conflict. When you are open, you remove the walls that separate you and your partner, fostering a deeper connection and understanding. Moreover, vulnerability and openness are not just about sharing the easy parts of yourself, the things that are comforting or enjoyable. They also involve sharing the parts of you that are more difficult to express. This could be past trauma, unhealed wounds, or deeply held fears. By sharing these aspects of yourself, you allow your partner to witness the full scope of who you are. It is through this kind of openness that you invite your partner to be a part of your healing journey, to support you when you are most in need, and to help you grow. In a relationship where both individuals are willing to show their vulnerabilities, there is a sense of mutual support and emotional safety that creates a deeper bond. However, vulnerability and openness require responsibility. Being open is not about oversharing or unloading everything at once. It is about sharing in a way that respects the other person's capacity to listen and empathize. There needs to be a balance between sharing your truths and also giving your partner the space to process and respond. Being vulnerable should not come with the expectation that your partner will always have the answers or fix your problems. Instead, it is about trusting them to listen, support, and engage in a way that strengthens the relationship. Vulnerability is an invitation for deeper connection, not a demand for reassurance. The power of vulnerability and openness in a romantic relationship is that they allow both individuals to grow together. It is in sharing your true self without masks or facades that you begin to build a relationship based on authenticity. When both partners are willing to be vulnerable, they create a space where real growth can occur, not just on an individual level, but also as a couple. These qualities pave the way for emotional intimacy, where both people feel safe enough to express their true selves, even with all their imperfections. In this space, love becomes more than a feeling. It becomes a practice of mutual acceptance, growth, and connection. Ultimately, vulnerability and openness deepen the bond between partners by creating a culture of trust and emotional intimacy. They invite both individuals to move beyond surface-level interactions and into the heart of the relationship, where real, lasting connections are made. Through vulnerability, you allow your partner to see your true self, and through openness, you build the communication that ensures the relationship continues to evolve. These qualities create a relationship where both partners feel safe, heard, and supported, transforming the connection into something profound and enduring. Communication and listening are the lifeblood of any romantic relationship. Without these essential skills, misunderstandings, frustration, and emotional distance can easily take root. Communication isn't just about exchanging words, it's about creating a space where both partners feel understood, validated, and respected. It involves both speaking your truth and, equally important, actively listening to your partner's perspective. In many ways, communication is the bridge that connects two individuals, allowing them to navigate the complexities of their emotions, desires, and challenges. Effective communication starts with honesty and clarity. To communicate well in a relationship, you need to express your feelings, needs, and concerns clearly without leaving things unsaid or allowing resentment to build. Too often, we hold back important thoughts or emotions, thinking that our partner should just know what we need or feel. This leads to frustration and confusion. Instead, clear and direct communication allows both partners to understand where the other is coming from and what they need. This doesn't mean being harsh or blunt, but rather communicating with kindness, respect, and an intention to be understood. When you can articulate your thoughts in a way that is both honest and considerate, it fosters a deeper sense of connection and reduces the chances of unnecessary conflict. At the same time, communication is not one-sided. A truly effective relationship requires active listening, a skill that many people overlook. Listening is not just about hearing the words spoken, but about paying full attention to the speaker's emotions, body language, and underlying message. It requires focusing your mind and heart on your partner rather than preparing your response or thinking about something else while they speak. Listening involves empathy, where you make an effort to understand not only the words but also the feelings and intentions behind them. It's about allowing your partner to be fully heard and validated, which in turn makes them feel safe and respected. Good listening also involves asking questions and seeking clarification when needed. Often, when we feel misunderstood, it's because we've assumed something based on our own interpretation. Active listening encourages curiosity and openness, allowing each partner to dive deeper into the conversation and uncover the true meaning of what the other is trying to communicate. By asking thoughtful questions and demonstrating genuine interest in your partner's thoughts, you create a dynamic of mutual respect and emotional intimacy. One of the most vital components of communication is emotional validation. When your partner shares their feelings or experiences, it's crucial to validate their emotions, even if you don't completely understand or agree with them. Emotional validation doesn't mean agreeing with everything your partner says, but it means acknowledging their feelings as real and legitimate. It's about saying, I hear you, and I understand that this matters to you, regardless of whether you see things the same way. This form of validation fosters trust and creates a safe space for both individuals to be open without fear of judgment or dismissal. Moreover, nonverbal communication plays a huge role in how we connect with one another. The tone of voice, body language, and facial expressions all contribute to the message we are conveying, and often these nonverbal cues speak louder than words. In a relationship, it's essential to be aware of how we communicate beyond just the spoken word. A comforting touch, a reassuring look, or even a simple gesture of kindness can speak volumes. Being attuned to your partner's nonverbal signals allows you to respond with empathy, creating a deeper level of understanding that goes beyond what is said. Conflict resolution also hinges on good communication and listening. Every relationship will face disagreements, but how those disagreements are handled determines whether the relationship grows stronger or weaker. In moments of conflict, listening becomes even more crucial. Instead of reacting defensively or shutting down, a strong communicator listens with the intention of understanding, not winning the argument. It's about engaging in the conflict with a sense of curiosity and mutual respect, asking questions, exploring solutions, and finding common ground. The key is to address the issue, not attack the person. When communication remains respectful, even in disagreement, it creates a pathway for resolution and healing. Finally, effective communication and listening require ongoing effort and awareness. These are not skills that are perfected once and then left behind. They are practices that must be nurtured and refined continuously. Relationships evolve, and so do the ways we communicate with each other. New challenges, desires, and emotions will emerge, and the ability to adapt and stay present in your communication is essential to maintaining a healthy relationship. In essence, communication and listening are the means by which two people navigate the complexities of their relationship. They create a space for emotional intimacy, understanding, and connection. Through honest communication, both partners can share their deepest thoughts and feelings, while active listening ensures that those words are received with empathy and care. When both individuals commit to these practices, they build a relationship that is not only grounded in mutual respect, but also continuously evolving through ongoing dialogue and understanding. Commitment to a long-term vision in a romantic relationship is what transforms a connection from something fleeting into a lasting bond that can weather the inevitable challenges that life throws its way. A relationship without a shared vision may drift, lose its direction, or become caught in the current of day-to-day concerns, but when both partners are committed to building something enduring, they anchor each other with a sense of purpose that transcends temporary struggles. This commitment to a long-term vision involves a shared understanding of where both individuals see themselves in the future, both individually and together. It's not just about mutual goals, though they certainly play a part, but about the willingness to grow together and adapt as life changes. A strong relationship doesn't require both partners to have identical dreams or aspirations, but it does require a commitment to supporting each other's long-term journeys, finding ways to align those individual paths in a way that enhances the partnership. At its core, this long-term vision is about creating something meaningful together. Whether it's a family, a shared career, a home, or an emotional legacy, the commitment to a shared future becomes the framework upon which all other aspects of the relationship are built. It's the vision that keeps the relationship grounded when circumstances get tough or when external pressures threaten to pull partners apart. When both individuals are aligned in their long-term goals, their connection becomes a constant source of stability and encouragement, offering reassurance that the relationship has a purpose that goes beyond temporary emotions or conflicts. Commitment to a long-term vision also means acknowledging that life will not always unfold in predictable or ideal ways. There will be unforeseen challenges, health issues, financial struggles, or changes in circumstance that can test the resolve of any relationship. A commitment to the long-term vision means choosing to face these challenges together rather than allowing them to drive a wedge between you. In this context, commitment is not a passive state. It is an active decision, a continuous choice to prioritize the relationship, even in the face of hardship. The long-term vision can also evolve over time as both partners grow and change. What you envision for the future in the early stages of a relationship may look different after several years, and that is entirely normal. A strong relationship is one that remains flexible enough to accommodate these changes without losing sight of the broader shared goals. In fact, these shifts in vision can deepen the relationship as both individuals learn to adapt and redefine their collective path as they grow together. Furthermore, the commitment to a long-term vision requires both partners to invest not just in the relationship itself, but in the individual growth of each other. Supporting one another's personal dreams while also nurturing the collective dreams creates a balance where both individuals feel that they are respected and empowered within the partnership. A relationship based on long-term commitment thrives on mutual encouragement, where both people help each other achieve personal and shared aspirations. This support system becomes a cornerstone of the relationship where each partner's success is seen as a win for both. Another aspect of long-term commitment is the decision to prioritize the relationship through all stages of life. As time passes, the dynamic between partners will inevitably change. The early days of intense passion may fade, replaced by a deeper, more grounded love. Children may come into the picture, bringing both joy and new challenges. Careers may shift and physical appearances and abilities may change. But through all these transitions, the decision to commit to the relationship, to the vision you have built together, provides a sense of continuity and depth. It's a promise to remain dedicated to one another despite the natural shifts that life will bring. In many ways, this commitment to a long-term vision is what sustains the relationship during periods of doubt or difficulty. It provides a sense of shared purpose that makes it possible to endure tough times with a sense of mutual understanding and solidarity. When times get rough, it's easy to focus on the short-term struggles, but remembering the larger vision, whether that is the promise of a life built together, a family raised in love, or a partnership that has stood the test of time, helps to put those struggles into perspective. The long-term vision acts as a reminder that despite the temporary setbacks, the relationship is worth the effort and sacrifice. Ultimately, a commitment to a long-term vision is about more than just surviving. It's about thriving together, evolving as individuals and as a couple, and creating a meaningful life that reflects both personal and shared aspirations. It turns a romantic relationship into something much larger, a partnership that is rooted in love, trust, and a shared understanding that both individuals are in it for the long haul. This commitment to a shared future helps to foster resilience, deepens the emotional bond, and ensures that both partners continue to grow and support each other in the pursuit of a meaningful, fulfilling life together. In conclusion, a romantic relationship between a boy and a girl is not merely about finding companionship, but about building something meaningful and lasting. It requires a commitment to individual growth, mutual respect, shared purpose, sacrifice, vulnerability, and open communication. These elements combine to form the foundation of a deep connection that transcends the challenges life may bring. When both individuals come together with a clear vision for the future, are willing to make sacrifices, communicate honestly, and support each other's growth, the relationship becomes a powerful force that not only enhances their lives, but also transforms them into better, stronger people. It's through these ongoing efforts, the conscious choice to invest in one another, that a romantic relationship becomes more than just a union of two people. It becomes a partnership that endures and flourishes over time. And it is in this shared journey that the beauty of true love is realized.